I will be raising two questions: how to deal with bad behavior and how to balance between fun and seriousness in a classroom. I think we all had our share with troubled students. So I'll start with the bad behavior. I have here few pointers that I'm going to go through, and I'll be giving examples from my class. So the first one is define right from wrong. And I try to do that as much as I can, even at the smallest wrongs. For example, if we were playing a game and my students get very, very competitive, and they keep saying I win, or sometimes they use the term you lose. And here I try to correct them as much as I can into saying that saying you lose is actually mean or can come off as rude. So it's better to say I win if you're happy that you won. And the second thing is to talk to them in private. I do that all the time. If somebody acts up after class, I make sure to talk, repeat something if they did, if they said something bad to their friend or something like that. One time they've been using the chat, for example, to talk to each other, and it got ugly for a while. So I just talk to them in private. That way I don't embarrass them in front of their friends. And that way they learn the lesson from what they did. Call a timeout when things get ugly. This was actually an advice from teacher Zubair. I stopped sharing the screen. I stopped sharing the screen even at the little inconvenience. For example, if a student does not open their camera, I stop sharing the screen. I count to 3 and ask them to open their camera. That way, I can give them the permission to talk or to answer a question. Timeout for the student who is acting up. And this happened to me once. So we were doing plays, and one student insisted on reading the narrator, and he refused to read any other role. So I made him, if you want to read the role that you want, you have to first agree to read another one, or you will get a timeout. Then you're not going to read the part that you actually want. So I give them a timeout, or I just or I just make them say sorry. It's either to me as the teacher if they acted up, or towards his friends. I make the other person accept the apology. That way there is no feud between the two. 4, 5, and 6 are provide students with options, break tasks into steps, and focus more on rewards rather than punishments. And these are used mainly if the student started speaking in French. So I have here in the next slide a few situations when a student speaks French. So situation number 1, if
Did we lose her?
I guess so.
Yeah, I think so.
She's still stuck in the chat.
sorry about that. Or continue right away. Okay, so situation number 1, when a student speaks French. So I noticed in one of the events recently that we recently held that when you ask the student to say or to switch the answer to English, they go like for straight minutes and they give up. Don't let them give up. Break the tasks, break the tasks into steps. So break the sentence to English words. For example, they say, est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes? You choose the word that you know that they know in English. For example, toilette. What is toilette in English? They go either like toilet or bathroom. Just accept the answer and help them build it up. Okay, what do you want to say? Why do you say toilets? Oh, I want to go to the toilet. Oh, I want to go to the bathroom. Okay, and you help them say it in English instead of just letting them give up on it. Situation number 2, it's when they say the answer in French. Don't say that the answer is wrong because you both know that the answer is correct, but it's in a different language. You focus more on the reward rather than the punishment, but don't always accept the answer. Don't accept it in French. Help them find the answer in English. Use words of encouragement and acknowledge them, just like teacher Iman said. You can say, I know that you know the answer in English. I'm just going to give you extra few minutes to think about it, and you can move on to another question, for example. Situation number 3, it's when they ask for translation in French. Do not translate in French, but provide the students with options. Either show them in gestures, maybe use your hands, maybe draw. I like to draw to my students. They have fun while I draw, like a duck, for example, so that they know that this is a duck, and I try to make it as funny as possible for them to capture the meaning of the word. Show them in a picture or use visuals, as teacher Iman said. Use it in a sentence, etc., etc. So these are the few things that I use specifically for when the students speak French or Arabic instead of English. Now I will show you how I try to balance French. Oh, sorry. How I try to balance fun and seriousness. Okay, yes. So I can come off as fun to the students, but at the same time, I'm trying my best to be firm. I always explain the rules. I don't let any students answer the question unless they have their microphone on and they raise their hand. They know they are not expecting me to let them speak if they keep screaming or something like that. So I explain the rules either for like the classroom rules or the rules for a game that we're playing, and I can be firm on that, and it's okay to be firm on that. Make consequences immediate and move on quickly. So if a student is acting up, I try to make consequences immediately, but I try to move on quickly. So I let them like participate in the next question or in the next exercise there is. That way they can see that I'm firm and also fair. Give them your attention, but know when not to respond. Kids at that age are attention seekers. They can be they in the middle of the class they would want to show you their collection of, I don't know, books or toys or whatever. You can sometimes not to respond to that, or just say at the end of the class when we finish the lesson, you can show me and your classmates what you have. Or sometimes they want to play like an instrument. I try to make that at the end of the lesson. That way I give them what they want, but in exchange for respect to the lesson or to the classroom. have serious fun. The spontaneous, what I mean by serious fun is the spontaneous fun of interesting activities with the focused seriousness of meaningful accomplishments. And I try to divide that into making exercises more fun. And that happens to me a lot since my students are very competitive and they get off on the marks method that they use in class. They always want to know, did I get all the things correct? Did I have 10? Is it 10? And they always keep asking me questions like this. So I try specifically for revisions to make like a small competition between the kids. That way they stayed focused, and they also have fun while doing the exercises. I set a goal in the games. For example, playing, if we're playing hangman, or as I call it, snowman, I try my best to make it related to the lesson that we just saw. For example, I try to choose words that we just saw. That way, they remember the spelling for each word, and once they know that I'm using words from the lesson, they try to spell every single word, and that way I set a goal for the games, and they're having so much fun and learning at the same time. I guess these are the things that I do. I hope they were very helpful for you, and thank you for your attention.